All right, I'd love to tell you a story about a good friend of mine. He served our country. I'm very sorry. He served our country in the United States Air Force for almost 10 years. And he left the conflict overseas, but he came home and he had a brand new battle waging in his mind. And now he works for a local aircraft company. And a few weeks ago, he was working a 12-hour shift, and all day long, he was struggling with what they call intrusive, morbid thoughts. Throughout his 12-hour day working at this aircraft company, he was having visions of taking his own life. When he finally got off work, he called the VA crisis line. And just as you would expect, they sent him to the emergency room at the VA hospital. And when he got there, they took him in, they checked him out, and they called the psychiatrist on call. Then they came back with their answer, their solution for a veteran in a mental health crisis. They told him to go home, take another dose of his anxiety medication, in the morning to change the dose of his antidepressant, and someone would give him a call. That was it. That was their answer. That is the protocol. It seems unbelievable. After everything he had been through, knowing the massive veteran mental health crisis in our country, the VA hospital told him they would call him in the morning. In that situation, with those thoughts running through his mind uncontrollably, tomorrow morning might as well be 3 or 6 months from now, an eternity away. Nearly 20 veterans across our country and in your neighborhood are acting on these thoughts every single day. When the VA is all they have left to turn to, and they are sent right back out the door, what else are they supposed to do? They only see one way out, and it is final. My name is Ashley King, and I'm the founder of Sojourner's Coffee House. Where we serve the real heroes. And we hold space for military and veterans. And we actively cultivate the uniqueness and the importance of their community. The veteran in a mental health crisis that I just told you about is my husband, Larry King. But unfortunately, it's not my first experience with a struggling veteran. My grandfather, you see, he's a hero. And he served our country during the Vietnam War in the U.S. Navy. He served on the USS Constellation for almost 4 years. And when he came home, he did not receive a warm and thankful welcome that he deserved. He's told me stories of walking to the airplane after serving our country. And on his way home, on his way to the airplane to fly home, there was a line of civilians, and they would throw rotten food on him. They spit on him. They threw eggs at him and wiped shoe polish on him. So by the time he made it to his airplane seat, he was so filthy and smelled so bad that everyone moved as far away from him as they could. And he came home completely alone. And when he got here, mental health services were not readily available or accepted at the time, so he buried everything he had been through and was carrying. And when I was a teenager, my grandfather joined the VFW. And at the lodge, he found a community. He found a safe place where he could open up to others on the common ground of military service. And at the lodge, it became his second home. But unfortunately, it also bred an addiction to alcohol. And every single afternoon, my grandfather would head to the lodge to have some drinks with his friends. And then he would come home and watch war shows and drink until the early morning hours. And I remember laying in my bed and hearing him pop the tabs of his Coors Light cans, one after another, all night long. My grandfather's addiction and continued poisoning of his body landed him in the hospital multiple times, where he would go through horrendous withdrawals. He would sober up and then go home. But he was led back to that safe place of acceptance. And he struggled because his community and his drug were found in the same place. Sojourner's Coffee House offers veterans like my husband and my grandfather something so much better. We provide the unique opportunity for them to come together and form a community in a safe and protected environment. We provide skills, tools, resources, and connections to support them as well as their families. They gain the assurance that they are not alone in how they feel or in the struggles that they have internally. We offer hope and healing and community over protocol. They gain camaraderie and a sense of hope and comfort when all hope seems lost. In our coffee house, we built a room just for military and veterans to use as they need. And in this room, we host multiple groups throughout the week. And one of those is Military Hour. It's just a time for them to come together, to have coffee together, and share whatever they're going through in life or whatever is on their heart or on their mind at the time. And in this space, they are free to open up because they know that everyone at the table has signed a commitment to serve their country at all costs, up to and including their life. And with this commitment, they have been in situations and they have made decisions that the rest of us simply cannot understand. That commitment is the price to earn a seat at that table. Even I don't join them there during that time because I didn't earn that seat. And protecting the space in this way gives them the freedom to open up and to build a community amongst themselves that they can trust and truly rely on even after hours, even in a mental health crisis. Sojourners is open to our entire community, and we operate on a donation-only basis. What this means is that any of you are invited to come in, order anything you would like off of our menu, and donate any amount in exchange. Most people are aware of the massive veteran mental health crisis in our country, but aren't really sure what they can do about it or how to participate or give back on a regular basis. And with our donation-only model, we provide the opportunity for you to partner with us to help the veterans in our community, in your neighborhood. Maybe you even have one in your own home. And you get something delicious while you're at it. I made a lot of business-savvy people really nervous when we became a donation-only shop. But the heart of Wichita immediately shone brightly when our gross income increased by 100%. That is something that you should be proud of. Our incredible community has come together to give back generously to support those that have served our country. And we have seen incredible life transformation, but it's not enough. I believe that we can have a dramatic impact on the lives of service members and families that are currently stationed in our city at McConnell Air Force Base. And we are moving toward that expansion with your help. We have big dreams to see Wichita be the best place to be stationed in our services, or the best place to be settled after military service. And we are moving toward that with the help of Sojourner's Coffee House and your support of our military and veterans. Thank you.